with the news of John Madden passing away yesterday, I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on it. When I say his name, John Madden, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I just can't help but just not think about just hearing his voice, whether it's, watching a football game or obviously playing, Madden the football game, growing up. That was a big thing for me and my cousins and all my friends, whether we was getting together during the football season or during the offseason, during the summer, making our own football teams and stuff, just as soon as you hear the, cutting the game on, hearing it. So, he obviously meant a lot to a lot of, players' childhoods and, the growth of the sport and, just really sad news and my condolences to his family.
Thanks, Dante.
Next question, Evan Lazar.
Hey, Dante, how you doing?
Good, how you doing, Evan?
Good, thanks. I wanted to ask you just as in a general sense, as a linebacker room, how important is jamming or redirecting receivers when you have the opportunities to do so? I know we've seen you in the past just kind of like lay out crossers and stuff like that when you're over the middle. Is that something that you guys emphasize every week?
Just to be clear, your question was about rerouting receivers, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, I mean that's just definitely something that's important in zone coverages. Obviously, a lot of the skill players in the NFL are really fast guys, and obviously they're really good with the ball in their hands. So, any time that you can, mess up the timing or put two guys in one zone, it helps the guys in the back end and it helps the pass rush. So, anytime you can, get a hand on the receiver, whether it's two or three or even if it's, cover one and you're a robber or a rat or an extra guy, just being able to, disrupt that receiver's route.
Is it difficult with the 5-yard window if you're right on the cusp, right? If you don't know exactly, is it difficult to make that contact? And is that in the back of your head that, you might get a flag if you make contact too far down the field?
You kind of want to be conscious of it, I mean, obviously you want to be conscious of it, but one thing Mayo, taught me one of the things I learned whenever I got here from him was, lining up at your depth, whether it's 3 yards, knowing that you can be able to drop back with, you got 1 step, 2 step to hit them. And obviously just your alignment and different drills that you can do to help with that. Cause I mean, it sounds a lot easier, but, I can specifically remember, going against Edelman. He's like one of the hardest guys to, get your hands on in the slot, no matter how close you are.
Got it. Thanks, Dante.
No problem.
Next question, Dan Roach.
Hey, Dante. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for doing this. And just a thought on basically, you got a lot of the talk after this game the other day was basically how the time for talk is over. We just need to do it. Just your thoughts on maybe what needs to change for you guys as a group to come out with the W starting on Sunday with that first one.
I mean, just playing better. I mean, I don't, you can pull up the film and pull out a couple plays or whatever, but I think just guys just playing better and just playing with better, just playing better. That's it.
Next question, Andrew Callahan.
Hey, Dante, it's good to see you. Early Happy New Year. Just wanted to ask about Trevor Lawrence, what you've seen from him or, any impressions if you haven't watched a lot of film just dating back to when he kind of came out in the draft.
Yeah, I think he's, still a really impressive guy. Obviously, you can see why they took him at number 1. He's got the great arm talent to put the ball wherever, and he's got the really good skill players to do it. But obviously things haven't always been in their favor this year. But obviously he's learning. This is his first year and stuff. But from just watching him in the little bit of time that I have, I think for he's developing pretty well. Hopefully with things cooling down over there, that'll be easier for him.
And then real quick, how would you just describe the kind of energy, about the facility the last 2 days coming off that loss, as you guys kind of wrap up the regular season here?
I think guys just kind of, just enough talk. I think guys kind of know, it's time. It's always been time to work, but I mean, it's, no more of the little cliche lines and, all that stuff. It's, it's really about time to work. These last 2 games, mean a lot to us, and we've worked really hard, and through let some games slip through our hands, but hopefully we learn from that, and we'll get things going this week.
Thanks, Dante.
Appreciate it, Andrew.
Next question, Karen Guregian.
Hey, Dante, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Karen.
I'm just curious if the past few weeks, or last week in particular, teams have schemed you a little differently in terms of trying to shut down the pass rush.
Is that me? There's been some chips and stuff, but a lot of times whenever they do that, we've seen it all year. Usually Judon gets a majority of them, but I guess they've thrown a couple of scheme things in it, but those are things that we're aware of, and that we're learning from.
Depending on who's available to play or not play coming Sunday, how important is it to kind of get the pass rush going again?
I think it'll be important. Obviously you want to be able to stop the run as well, but Jacksonville is a heavy passing team, and you can see why whenever they have skilled players who can take a 5-yard hitch and turn it into a 60-yard touchdown. So we're aware of all those things. We got the right guys to do it. It's all going to come down to fundamentals and execution. No doubt that coach will have a good plan for us. So it'll be about us getting it together this week and going out and executing.
Great, thank you.
No problem.
And next question, Taylor Begley.
Hi, Dante. I hope you're doing well. As far as the entire defense, how do you guys come together and get back to doing what you did well when you were on a roll, winning 7 games straight?
Again, I don't really have a long list or a bulletin point thing. Obviously, we can go back to fundamentals and execution, but a lot of it's just going to be guys just having to and want to play better. Coming up and making plays. We had opportunities to do it. Myself included. So guys just gonna have to show up and just make better plays.
And we'll do 3 final questions. Chris Ryan, please.
Hey, Dante, Happy New Year. When you look at last week, how much of that was on you guys, and how much it was just Josh Allen moving around, making plays, and being an elite quarterback? Like, do you look at it and say this is our pass defense is in a rough spot, or do you look this is a guy that made plays?
I think they did a good job of scheming us up and figuring out what we were in and taking advantage of the weak spots in that. I think Josh Allen did a good job of taking kind of what we gave him and not forcing a lot of stuff. And then he kind of did what he's good at. Making scrambling, making the play a little bit longer, and giving his guys opportunities to find holes in the zone defense, and he was able to do that. But still, you still got to be able to make plays and stuff. He's a great young player, and he's going up and he's making great plays. But we still got to be able to capitalize on those opportunities that that he did mess up and slip up, and we got to be able to take advantage of that.
And as a veteran player, is this game against Jacksonville and kind of the last couple games here, is this where you find out, what this team is about in terms of character, et cetera, how you guys respond in a difficult, moment?
Yeah. Everything, these last 2 games are the most important because, that's what's on the schedule. But at the same time, we know what we're capable of, and you can say whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, it's a W or it's a nil. So we got to go out. We got to have a good week of practice. Go out and execute, and play the way that we're capable of playing.
Thanks, Dante.
Appreciate you.
And we'll finish up with Andrew Callahan, followed by Mike Giardi.
Softball here first. You got any bets on Friday? I don't think you have any Cincy guys in the locker room, right?
Nah, I don't have any bets. Not from me. I don't think we have any Cincy guys. Nobody spoke up yet anyway.
Yeah, gotcha. And, obviously this is a team you're unfamiliar with. Have you watched or come across maybe in the bye week anything Jaguars related, or is this kind of almost like you're playing an NFC team here with how unfamiliar they are?
I mean, I know a couple. I got a couple buddies. I got a buddy that plays for Jacksonville, so I try to keep up with him or whatever. But it's not. You're right. It's not a team that we always see, but that's why this week is even more important to to be in and to get in and get comfortable and knowing their philosophies and stuff. And we played played against the OC and stuff, so there'll be a little bit of kind of not familiarity, but we'll hopefully we'll be able to push through and get hands on it.
And those philosophies, does that change at all with, obviously they let go of their head coach? Are you talking more their coordinators, kind of schematically what they like to do on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, and I mean, they're gonna do a good job of protecting Lawrence and putting him in situations where he can run and be on the move and stuff like that. Obviously we don't know anything. I don't know the guy. I obviously watch him in Clemson and stuff, but yeah.
Thanks, man.
And
No problem.
final question, Mike Giardi, please.
Advanced Happy New Year to you, Dante. Wanted to ask you, and I know we've talked about this, it seems ad nauseum for the last 20 months or so, but has there been any sort of conversation in the locker room with COVID popping off again about, I don't know, restricting your movements and actions because we're close to the end of the season and postseason is right around the corner? Or is it just like, hey, you got to live?
I'll say we've had a discussion. I won't go into what it all entailed, but I think everybody's kind of aware how contagious it is, and once it gets in, it's in there, and we've had the luxury these last couple of weeks of it not being here, and seeing it hit other teams, and seeing how it can tear a season down and turn a couple of weeks down and put people in a tough situation. But like you said, it's the last couple of weeks, and we know what we have in front of us, so we're hoping everybody does the right thing.